Well, there are many different ways to be an activist. At 6 o'clock, we introduce you to an author and activist who is fighting systemic racism using literature and activism. Our Nyorkor continues her story in the next 400.
Rachel Cargle is adept at making room where there is none.
And I'm so excited and grateful to exist with you all in this space, to be in conversation and community.
Earlier this fall, the author and activist opened her own bookstore and writing center right here in Akron, Ohio. She calls it Elizabeth's. The space will feature literary works from marginalized voices, Black women, LGBTQ writers, trans authors, indigenous storytellers, and others.
Elizabeth is just giving a new avenue for people to explore the world through literature that has been written away from the pen of the white cis het man, and gives us a new way to understand the world.
Cargle lived for years in New York City before moving back home to Akron. She felt the people in her hometown deserved the same access that many folks on the East Coast are accustomed to.
There's so many opportunities to see myself in the literary landscape. There's so much creativity just flowing through the city. And when I was looking for a place to experience that in Akron, I didn't really find anything that inspired me.
Plans were in the works to actually open a physical location, but the coronavirus pandemic slowed it down. For now, Elizabeth's will be housed here at Compass Coffee on East Market Street. And it seems people are eager for the information. Forbes reports that over the summer, sales of books on anti-racism jumped 2,000%. Over the last few years, Cargle has made a name for herself and built a brand by calling out racial injustices. She gained visibility at the 2017 Women's March in Washington, D.C., when she and a friend went viral for their signs. She now tours the country leading sold-out lectures about race, feminism, and intersectionality. One of her most popular is called The Start, a hands-on 3-hour workshop about how to be an anti-racist.
I've come up with my own personal equation for what it really means to be an ally. Knowledge plus empathy plus action. It's these three things that you must bring together in order to truly show up in solidarity.
With white people, often they have this idea that I didn't lynch anyone today, so I must not be racist. And I teach from a platform, or from a frame of knowledge plus empathy plus action. You have to have each of those things to be actively anti-racist. And if you don't, you're either self-performing or you're doing some type of self-help. And anti-racism work is not self-help work. It's an intensive action towards anti-racism and diminishing and absolutely tearing apart the racism and white supremacy that exist.
With everything going on, why now? Why this space?
I think the question of why now is deeply rooted in why hasn't it happened yet? So why not yet? And I just take this opportunity to, as I often say, put my brick in the wall of what we're all building.
Cargle isn't new to this, and her efforts aren't in vain. At the grand opening of Elizabeth, she sold out of every book on the shelf. A portion of those proceeds will go to benefit her nonprofit, the Loveland Foundation. She founded it in 2018 to provide therapy and mental health support to Black women and girls. It's just one of the ways that she defends Black women.
When I hear defend Black women, it sounds like maintain our security, maintain our understanding, maintain our peace, maintain what we know to be possible, because Black women are at the front line of that more times than not.
She hopes people find themselves on the shelves in some way, shape, or form. Reporting for the next 400, I'm Nyorkor.